Headwater Outdoor School's Tim Talks. Thanks for coming and listening to another one. I want to talk a little bit about water. I'm in the Marble Mountain Wilderness. We're teaching a nature awareness class. I'm sitting next to a spring that just pops out of the ground. That's the water we drink. The water's been thousands of feet in the earth before it comes out and we get to drink it. As I'm viewing across here, I'm looking at a beautiful pond behind our camp. I know there's a lake up that way called Shadow Lake that we love to swim in. There's a lake up there called Elk Lake we love to swim in. There's Sky High Lakes over there. There's Canyon Creek. I mean, we are blessed with water here. Water is perhaps the most sacred element on the earth. I don't think we have to compare, but there would be no life on earth without water. There would be none. When the earth is viewed from space, it's the water that blows the mind, the beauty of the water. We have 7 oceans on the earth, and about 70% of the earth is water between the oceans and the lakes. Rain, all things need it. All things need water to live. It's beyond sacred. But think about it. Think about it. How often in your life do you buy a bottle of water, get water out of the tap, go to a restaurant and get water, wherever you drink your water, do you for any second stop and say, thank you, my friend? Or just in your mind, just think gratitude, appreciation, thankfulness that you have water to drink and for what it does to you. They say we're somewhere around 70-80% water, the scientists say. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? The other day, didn't drink water for 2 days very much. It was stupid. I made a mistake. I just wasn't thinking. I was teaching, and I started to get a sore liver and feeling really, really, really bad. And it scared me, kind of scared me. And then I started drinking like heck, and soon I felt better. It reminded me of how sacred and important water is. We cannot take water for granted, folks. It can't happen. We have to understand that it's sacred. It's what our native ancestors call medicine. Medicine. So when you drink water, take it in, feel it go down, feel it on your lips, look at the beauty, the clarity of it. Offer gratitude, give it blessings, good wishes, and it will become medicine for you and it will keep you healthy. Now, some tips on how to go deeper with water in the wilderness. The most sacred places are waterfalls, headwaters of rivers, headwaters of lakes, headwaters of springs, and beautiful, beautiful places wherever water is that call to you through their beauty. That's a form of communication. Seeing beauty is a form of communication. And then you go to those places, and hey, just go there. The best thing you can do any chance you get is jump in and get those clothes off. If it's safe and okay, get them off. Be a la natural. Get in the water, swim in the water, sit in the water, wade in the water, whatever you can do. Wash your face in the water. Never treat water poorly. Never use soap in natural wild water. Never have chemicals on your body when you get in wild water, because you're getting in someone's home. Many, 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 many beings live in water. Many beings. And you want to always respect it by enjoying it, by drinking it, by swimming in it, by looking at it and appreciating it, knowing that it's full of life and that you are as much a part of the life as any other, because we are water. The earth is water. So get out there and get into the water, get crazy in the water. It'll change your life forever. Drink the water, especially spring water. Never pass up an opportunity to drink spring water. Never pass up an opportunity to splash it on your face and get it on you. Now, another thing I love is to go river rafting. I find that rafting, whether you're in an inner tube or on a raft or you're going down in a canoe or a kayak, get in the water that way. Propel yourself through it. The ocean, oh my gosh, come on. What could be better? What is more mystical and magical than ocean waves, one after another after another? What is more fun and enjoyable and peaceful and meditative in life than walking down a beach on the end of the shoreline looking for treasures that the ocean has brought up onto the sand? getting your feet wet, jumping back from the waves, getting your feet wet, jumping back. And when you can, just getting in those waves and swimming and getting banged around, head over heels. That's just some of the greatest things in life that life offers. I can think of times when I went down places like in the desert, like slot canyons, and all of a sudden you come up on a pool of water in the middle of a desert. Oh, what a gift that is. If that's not the best of the best, I don't know what is. Water is the eternal gift of life for our planet. Appreciate it all you can. Protect it all you can. Get in it all you can. Bless it with love. Cherish it with love all you can. Sing to it. Talk to it. In fact, if you sit by water long enough, you will hear the trickle of it will come into music, and songs will come through you. Hum with it. Be involved with it. Take your magnificent gift called your eyes and just look. Look at it and just let it sing through your eyes to your heart. Get all your senses involved. Your smell. Yes, water has smell. Your touch. Yes, we know how it feels. What's better than floating, guys? It's the next best thing to flying. Floating. Just float for hours. Float. And listen to it. I said smell it. All of that. Just do it. Do it. Every sense possible. And then we get into our sixth sense, our inner vision, or the sense that takes us to the spiritual side of things. It takes us to the spiritual side of water and all things in nature. It's not understood in the logical mind. It's about feelings. It's about an all-knowing or an understanding. You start to speak to the water and it tells you stories. It tells you things. One thing is, if you get by a creek or a river, it'll tell you the story of where it's come from, how it begins, the things it's seen along the way, the bears feeding, the otters swimming, the trees falling in it, the trees drinking it up from the edge, the beautiful water plants, the endless fishes and the frogs and the toads and the salamanders that live in it. It will tell you their stories because all the water has the story of everything that it is flowing through. And when it comes to you, if you've worked on it and opened your heart and gone into that inner vision place, you can get that knowledge, that connection. You can become part of the stream, not separate from it. And when that happens, whether it's a lake, a stream, an ocean, whatever it is, a river, when you have that moment that you've taken the time to put in to be there and gone into your deeper spaces, the inner vision, the sixth sense, and you become it, that is a moment, a defining moment in your life in nature. It's a moment that will change your life forever. It will send you off on paths. It will be there always to keep you balanced and honest and pure and sweet and beautiful. And that's when we are at our best as humans. We're at our best when we come from love, sweetness, honor, magic, amazingness, wonderment. That's when we are the best we can be. That's when the greatest ideas come to us. That's when the greatest depths of peace come to us. That's where we all want to be. Right now I sit at this spring, and it's a wonderful, amazing, magical place. I can't even imagine anything better. It's a gift of all gifts. One more point. I don't remember his name, but there's a Japanese scientist who has discovered in the last 10 years that water is a living being. Science, through him, has discovered that water is a living being. Now, I've always known this because I built a relationship up with water from the time I was a little tyke, a little kid. And our native ancestors throughout the world, they've always known water is a living being. They've always talked to it and been with it. But it's always wonderful when science backs up what our native ancestors have always told us. And he has done this. He has shown absolute proof of it. So look for that guy. Look for that guy and read some of his books, and that'll even take you deeper. Last thing I want to say is, next time you drink some water, think of it as medicine. Think of it as nurturing your body. Think of it as sacred. Thank it. Bless it. It takes no effort to do this, and enjoy it. And you will grow into the amazing being that you are. I'm sure I'm going to have another talk on water in the future, but for now, I'm going to sign off and say thank you for listening. I wish you the best, and I wish you a lot of good swimming in lakes, rivers, streams, and oceans. It's the best place to be. Ho.